check. Mic test. Okay, we good?
Yeah.
Okay, we're good. Hi, welcome back to Brew Review Winnipeg. Now that this holiday season is all wrapped up, I can finally start enjoying it. And so, what better way to do that than to enjoy a beer from my third favorite microbrewery here in the city. Third favorite, well, I told you what my second favorite was before, if you watch this video here. So if you guessed Kilter Brewing, that's my third favorite brewing company right now. But unfortunately, this is also brewed with Two Crows in some kind of collab. I don't know what's up with all these collabs. Like, do they just say, okay, I want to brew something with coconut? Oh yeah! And then the other people are like, I want to brew something with pineapple. Okay, let me see if I can get a Flamango in there. We can hop it with some dry Flamango hop. I don't really understand that collab aspect. Hey brewers, if you want to invite me in on a sit down for a collab, here's my, no, I'm not going to put my number on. Send us an email and we can try and make that happen. I got some tasty ideas. Oh, come on. Okay. I'm sorry to the homebrew guy. This is mostly my fault because I should be keeping up on the social medias more, which is a shame because I spend way too much time on my computer to admit. Anyways, so if you want to collab with the Brew Review Winnipeg crew, we got some tasty ideas like, I don't know, just spouting off the top of my head, blueberry wheat beer, right?
It's been done. We reviewed one.
Have we?
Yeah.
Since when? Blueberry Weizen beer by Waterloo Brewing Company. Oh. Well, it must have been good enough because someone actually sold it, so there you go, just off the top of my head. Anyways, so back to Kilter and Two Crows. Yeah, I really like Kilter, although I've only had like one of their things aside from Flatlanders, which I don't remember a whole lot from. I mean, it's Flatlanders. You can't expect to remember everything there. But Kilter has like the most creamy and fruity and kind of out there beers. They just kind of said, all right, what can we do? Not what should we do, but what can we do? And they just do it. Like, they just go for it. And so right now we have this Milkshake IPA Flamango collab beer between Kilter and Two Crows. It is a strong... I can't even find it. It is a strong 16 fluid ounce beer, 7% alcohol, super fruity milkshake IPA. There's a lot going on in this, so let's without further ado, let's crack this bad boy open. I love that sound. Now watch me mess up the pour. Oh yeah, that looks good. That looks smooth. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's the big boy. Time! It does look like orange juice. That super hazy, not a lot of head. I mean, it's a milkshake IPA, so it's so smooth. I don't know if it can support just the carbonation of it all. I don't know, should we get a picture of some kind? I don't even know that Josh Gad voices Olaf from Frozen. Not a hot clue. Let's give this bad boy a go. This is the Flamango, the flamenco guitar from Kilter and Two Crows. Smells fruity, smells citrusy. It just smells sweet. Like honestly, it just kind of smells sweet on the nose. You get a bit of hops in there, but Not too bad. That's got to be the most unique beer that I've ever had. It's creamy but then watery at the same time. This has such a unique kind of palate and flavor emulsion and kind of a ride. So how when you taste Scotch, you kind of get different layers of how you taste them. So right off the hop, boom, you kind of get this huge smoky aspect, and then you kind of feel your way through the peats, and then you kind of finish off with the sweet or harsh aspects. And this here is not unlike that, because there's so much going on for every like this is just a beer that you have a sip, but then you can continue to experience it for probably 4 or 5 seconds after you sip it. There's just so much going on. So you start off and it's creamy right away, but then super smooth, and then they're like, oh man, this is just a watery beer, but then bam! Bam! You get this punch of just tropical kind of citrus cantaloupe type taste. And then you just get the hops just kind of off there in the distance that are just kind of like, yeah, we're here. We're just a good guy. We're just chilling. And so this is really interesting. And it's 7% alcohol. I don't think I've had a fruitier beer that's as strong as this. Yeah, one thing I will say, it is sweet. I wouldn't say it's terribly dry, but I would say it's not terribly malty, if that makes sense. Like, it's not heavy like a super malty like a stout, or even some, you know, classic IPAs like the Redline from IPA from Torque.
Oh, that's the red.
It is Redline.
Yeah.
The Redline IPA from Torque. I mean, yeah, that's super dark, so of course it's going to be a bit heavier. But yeah, this just, for being a heavy beer, I guess just because of how tropical and fruity it is, it doesn't seem like it's that heavy. That is just so unique. Yeah, I wanted to give Kilter, to put them into my number 2 favorite brewing companies here in the city, but I don't know, that juicy IPA that they have, it's the Juice of the Oats IPA. Juice of the Oats, whatever it is, that's a good beer. Anyways, I was suspected to, but yeah, this is good, and it's super interesting, but I don't know if I would keep picking it up, you know? Like, I would pick this up, sure, like I would recommend it, absolutely, but I don't know if I would have this on like my go-to beer list. So like, if I want a go-to, you know, okay, it's the summer and it's bloody hot out, I'm gonna pick up the Grasshopper from Big Rock Brewing. Big Rock, is that the name? Big Rock. You know, super light and bright and just kind of, it's good. If I want something that's kind of more sweet and you know, just super sippable, I would get the Chestnut Ale from Whistler. If I wanted something that's heavier, I would go to like, I don't know. I should have this, this is my go-to. If I wanted something hoppy, I would go the Big Timber from Lake of the Woods. But I just don't know if I have this kind of in my go-to categories. And so I would probably give this a solid 8.5 out of 10. Yeah, because I just can't characterize it. It's good, but I just can't characterize it. I don't have a place. It's too fruity for me to say it's like a daytime, or not a daytime. It's too fruity for me to call it a nighttime beer, but it's a little bit too heavy, or not heavy, but too creamy for me to put this in like a summer beer. So I don't know, the springtime sounds good when all y'all have your wintertime blues, and then everything is just kind of blooming, and summer is just around the corner, but it's still hot out. I mean, I guess this is ideally enjoyed in like a springtime setting, but I just can't put this in my go-to categories. So again, don't get me wrong, this is a bloody good beer, but yeah, I don't know. Tell us what you think in the comment section below now that we've given our spiel on it. Yeah, thanks Winnipeg. For next time, here's a little teaser. Brew on. Now that I've had a little bit of this, I kind of changed my mind on it. I drop it back down, or down, not back down. I drop it down to a 7.5 because for some reason I just got some sort of throat thing going on. Like it agitates my throat and my tongue a little bit. Like I don't know. They got some sort of pineapple enzymes in there breaking down the back of my throat. Or mango fibers agitating the back of my throat. And so, I don't know. It tastes good. Super not what I was expecting. And I would say it's a little more dry than I thought it was. And I don't know if I've had a beer that's ever like this before. Yeah. Yeah, so next time, Winnipeg, brew on.